So our good friend Lindsay Brooks from Runaway Spoon is here with a fun, kind of a different recipe, which I'm excited about. Good to see you, Lindsay.
Yeah, you too, Amy. Thank you.
You bet. My husband loves chicken salad, loves it. So in the summer, I am like the queen of chicken salad. I make it quite often.
Perfect.
And I hate to see it go away for the season, you
yeah,
know?
Yeah, so let's bring it back. Let's add some fall fruit to it, kind of hold on to the fall and then to the winter.
I'm ready for it, you betcha. So we're gonna make a chicken salad with apples. So if you've got some apples laying around, you've got some chicken breasts, you can make this in no time. One thing I'm noticing though is what is the chicken? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so Runaway Spoon, we poach all of our chicken in milk when we're going to make chicken salad, that is. So pretty much what it is, you're going to take a baking dish, put your chicken breast in there, fill it up, submerge it into milk, and then just bake it in the oven.
So no salt and pepper, nothing like that?
Nope, I normally wait and I do that once I actually make the salad. That way I can kind of, change it as I need it.
Why do milk instead of like chicken stock or water or
You know,
else?
the kind of the fat of the milk just really adheres to the chicken well, and it stays really moist.
Really? Mm-hmm. I do agree that, people who just poach chicken in water over the stovetop, no flavor, it's
what
tough.
are you doing?
Yeah. So bake it in the oven.
Yep.
So even if you're doing 6, 8, whatever these.
Yeah, we do pans full of it.
Okay.
So this is just kind of a smaller batch of it. And then we also use that milk when we make the chicken salad too, so
Really?
that you're able to incorporate a little bit of that flavor into the chicken.
I love this. Okay,
Yeah.
so poach it for about, what, 45, 50 minutes until the chicken's done?
Yeah, but
Okay.
you want 165 is what
Okay.
the temperature is, and
Okay.
that usually takes, depending on what your pan is and all those things,
Right.
half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay, so chicken is done. It's cooled a little bit to work with.
Yep,
All right.
and I'm going to put some fresh rosemary in here as well. If you don't have fresh rosemary, you can use dried, but fresh rosemary is one of those things
the bomb.
where,
Yeah.
and it's really stable. So I know you have to go to the store and buy these packages if it's, in the off season. They cost a couple bucks, but it'll actually stay in your fridge for, a couple weeks. You probably can use it with other meals you might be cooking, and this is one of those herbs that will hold up for that.
And it's dried rosemary is okay. Fresh rosemary rocks my world. You
Yep.
know?
And we're talking about chicken salad that sometimes can be boring when it's not in the summer, when you you need something a little more hearty, and rosemary will help fill that void. So I'm going to chop this up.
That is the key with fresh rosemary. You don't want to get big pieces of rosemary in your bite or in your teeth, so you really got to chop it up.
Yeah, rosemary is one of those things. When it's dried, you got to be careful with it. When it's fresh, you got to be careful with it.
True.
But if you want, Amy, you can start making the dressing. So it's going to be just about a quarter of a cup, a couple tablespoons of mayo.
Okay, and not the salad dressing. We're using mayo here.
I like regular mayo.
Yes.
And then there's a minced up minced up shallot over here.
Or a red onion you could do, yeah.
And a shallot's just kind of that cross between garlic and red onion, so it's a little bit more mild.
Okay, it smells delicious.
And then
salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper. Quite a bit of that, because remember, we haven't done any of that on the chicken yet. So you definitely want to incorporate those flavors in with your sauce. I'm going to chop up an apple that's going to go in here as well. And we also have just some toasted pecans that are going to go in here as well. A little bit of a crunch that kind of helps accent the salad a little bit.
So a nice crunchy apple with the skin on. We're going to leave the skin on and just finely dice it.
Yep, we're just going to finely dice it up.
These look like they're candied pecans, which are yummy. I'm sure you make your own.
But yep, we do, but toasted or regular is fine.
Okay, or you can find some fun candied nuts right at the grocery store.
And you can make them yourself too. But sometimes if you're in a hurry, you go for convenience.
Exactly.
So I normally do about 1 apple. It depends on if the apple's really big or so, to a pound of chicken.
Okay.
In the summertime, we do one with grapes and tarragon too.
Yeah.
Kind of change it up a little bit, and then we get into the fall, apples, cranberry as well.
Yeah, love that. Love that.
Yeah. So perfect with the apple.
Okay.
Nice crisp apple.
Yep.
And once it's actually coated in the salad dressing, it doesn't turn brown.
Okay,
so
good to know.
You can definitely store this in the fridge for a couple days.
Now let's see this chicken.
Yeah. So the chicken we're just going to slice in half. You can just see that it's kind of really juicy, really soft. It sat in the milk overnight, so after I bake it, I just put that pan in the fridge and let it cool.
Okay.
And then it kind of absorbs all that milk as well.
What a great tip for chicken salad.
Yep.
Do you use that milk method for other types of recipes? I mean, I don't think it would work for all of them. Like if you were doing like a Mexican enchilada bake, probably not so much.
Yeah, but I mean, anytime you need like a moist chicken, this definitely works.
Okay.
And you can put flavorings into the milk. I normally just kind of, like I said, keep it pretty simple.
But boy, you can tell how tender that chicken is.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
That is a great tip or trick.
And then, you know, sometimes you have milk that's going to spoil, things like that, or
Oh,
even if you
yeah.
have like leftover buttermilk
Yeah.
from some baking.
Sure.
All that's going to work just fine
Oh,
for it. So
this looks fantastic. So, you know, how you want to serve this chicken salad is up to you. You can do it on a bed of greens. You could do it in a wrap. You could just eat it straight up like this, pack it in a little container, take it for lunch.
Right.
But we happen to have it here with a baguette and some nice greens.
yep,
You know,
that's typically how I like
Yeah,
it,
I
or
like
on a
it too.
croissant
Yeah,
sometimes too,
yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm so lucky to
I'm with
spoil
you.
on that.
Totally with you.
But it's one of those things that you can have right away, or like I said, it can stay in the fridge for a couple days.
And that's why it's nice to make a batch, and then you can have, you know, maybe a little more salt and pepper.
It is, and if you're trying to, you know, watch your carbs, go and just put it on a bed of greens, and you'll feel really flavorful. Or, you know, if you're eating on a go when you need to eat a sandwich, where it's a little bit easier to manage, baguettes are good for that too. So.
Oh my gosh, this looks fantastic. Now, if you like the recipe for this, we'll put it on our website. If you would like Lindsay to make you a big bunch for your next get-together, ladies' luncheon, book club, baby shower, whatever,
Name
and she'll do dessert and do a fabulous job, you can get a hold of Lindsay, find out about her catering and her date night dinner for two, which is really cool. You can find out more about that on your website.
Yep, runspoon.com.
All right, always great to see you.
You too, Amy.
Thanks for sharing this recipe. Can't wait to bring my
No
husband some. He's going to be all over that. Stay with us. We'll be back.